This disturbs the recording sometimes very seriously, this kind of plasticity. The students are free to try to learn by doing much more than in the real experiment.
One of the advantages is that you can do things in a shorter time. And because you can do things in a shorter time, you can do more. You can concentrate yourself more on the real objectives. In the past, students got confused by the whole equipment, by the setup. We can do it quite easily now with a computer simulation. Microlab has been developed in the 70s already. By the time the students, a number of students refused to do animal experiments. Microlabs is a composition of a number of programs. Here we show the mouse behavior. Here we see the different behaviors, and it is up to the student now to click on the different behaviors and to control later on whether or not this has been done in the right way. So this is a good way to train students in making studies of behavior under normal situations and in situations that they have had special drugs. We can also show the symptoms, pieces of video of behavior of mice, rats, rabbits and other animals. So, for example, you can see the difference between clonic and tonic convulsions. Not a nice picture to look at, but this will not be repeated anymore. Here we see the drugs like strychnine that will cause this effect. So we can look under the substances and demonstrate now the whole sequence of symptoms if you give strychnine to a rat. This is the kind of demonstrations that have been shown to students, I think, until the 60s, and after this we will not show this anymore. There's a kinetic dynamic program integrated in Microlabs. What we can do here is make a selection. We use a female adult, and as a route we give an interperitoneal injection. For the dose we have to see what is the weight of the animal, and we look, for example, after 1 minute, observing the motor function. We continue and see after 2 minutes, and it's clear that after 3 minutes already the animal is not moving very spontaneous anymore. So we can continue and see after, say, 5 minutes. Now a student has to decide whether to continue and to wait longer, or maybe to decide to add a new dose. Then there are a number of simulations of isolated tissues like the kinepig ileum and a number of others on muscle preparations, the phrenic nerve, diaphragmatic preparation and other preparations. And these programs are still written in DOS and can be used on any computer. Soon there will be also a new set of Microlabs on Windows, but especially for those countries where they can use the old computers, they can use also the old Microlabs. You can do things with this as you can't, what you can't do with a real animal.
The POP trainer is a really simple and easy handling device for simulating operations. The simulation is perfect. You can train, especially the managing of bleedings. You can train as long as you want. No animal will die. Take an organ from the slaughterhouse of an animal, liver for example, or lung, and you put a tube in the main artery of this organ, and this organ will be perfused with colored tap water, simulating the blood perfusion, and you put it in the trainer, in the device, and it's a closed system. Therefore, it's very clean, and it simulates the normal blood perfusion in a perfect manner. Therefore, you can all train what you need. You can start the training with working by-handed. You start the dissection of the hilar structures, the artery, vein, and the ureter. And the most challenging problem is in parenchymal operation, a partial resection of the kidney, and there you can use all the modern devices from ultrasound, shears, or high-frequency technology and lasers, all you want you can use in this device. We can use all organs. Usually we use liver with the gallbladder. We use colon with other bowel specimens, and of course kidneys with the aorta. So that's very nice for us to watch that the trainees don't want to stop the training even if the time is over.
Digidis is a computer program aimed to simulate a dissection of various animals. It's based on stills, QuickTime VR video and animation. You use it in the computer, cutting up the animal. You get all the organs identified, and in connection to this you will get histology and taxonomy, phylogeny, and so on. So it's much more integrated with other disciplines than the regular teaching is. The different parts that are included in Digidis are, of course, firstly the animals themselves. Right now we are including the rat, the cod, the dogfish, the frog, and the hen. Later on we will also add modules for invertebrates. Then there is a section dealing with the actual techniques and instruments used in dissection. There is also video sequences showing the actual incisions in the animal, and there is QuickTime VR, 3D figures showing different structures like the heart, the skeleton, and the exterior of the animal. There is also a phylogenetic part showing the relationships between the different animal groups. And there is a taxonomical part dealing with placement in the natural hierarchy of nature.
If you do a real dissection, if you make one mistake, you can't go back and start all over again. You have to continue, or you have to interrupt your dissection. But if you use Digidis, you can go back and forward however you want, and you can work with it by yourself. I think it's very good.
It allows for unlimited repetition, and it also allows you to do direct comparisons between different animals, compare the histology between different groups. As it now is, the histology course is usually separated from the morphology course, which means that first you study the histology and might not even know what kind of organ you're looking at. And then a couple of months later you will see the actual organ. Here you see it all at the same time, which I see as a big advantage.
Within biological science education, there are several species of vertebrate that are used regularly for teaching anatomy and physiology. At the University of Portsmouth in England, media producers and biology teachers have combined their skills and resources to produce video film of professionally performed dissections. These vertebrate dissection guides feature the dogfish, the frog, the pigeon, and the rat. Each 50-minute video from the series investigates one of these species. The videos use high-resolution photography, color overlays, and 3D animated graphics to teach the anatomy and evolutionary significance of the vertebrate under study. The videos begin with the